Okay, my name's Dave Lockwood again, and this is our daily vlog. And just to bring you up to speed, real quick, if you're joining us as a new person, like a lot of guys, I started out with not much. Okay, grew up with some hillbilly parents, and they came from ultra bad poverty. They grew us up in a little bit better environment. I mowed grass for a wealthy person, and I learned that. I realized that they weren't much different than I was, and that they didn't seem incredibly smart compared to me. I just figured they knew something I didn't know. So they influenced me and got me to go in the Air Force. I did that. I learned that I didn't want to work for other people. I didn't want to make $15,000 a year in the military. From there, I stumbled on a book. I learned some stuff through How to Win Friends and Influence People. And that started me on the journey to learn how to be a capitalist, more or less. So read that. It led me to Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, and then Tony Robbins and Zig Ziglar and Brian Tracy and Alex Hormozy and all these different guys. So I came out of the military, didn't have the money for a franchise, didn't have any connections for that kind of stuff. So what I did is I ended up going into the real estate business. I didn't need a lot of capital, and I knew if I hustled that I could do very well. So I got out of the military, got a job. My credit score was good enough. I bought a brand new car, quit my job, went and started selling real estate. And I haven't looked back since. So the real estate business, I ran in that for a while. I burned out. I went back into the real estate business after the burnout. It was in 1995, and I teamed up with a partner, and we ended up owning, we eventually got to where we owned like 100 and something houses. When the market crashed, I had 250 properties in my name, and it's all history, but market tanked, took me down with it. So what I was doing to survive was basically I saw these guys throwing all this perfectly good stuff away. And, you know, I'm a little bit of a scavenger growing up. We didn't have anything that was new. You know, pretty much everything we owned either got out of the garbage or a tenant left it. My parents took care of buildings for people when I was a kid. And I become, you know, a scavenger. So I learned how to buy stuff and fix it up so I could afford it and put equity into stuff and that kind of stuff. Am I brilliant? No. Am I a really sharp dude? No, I'm not. I'm really not. Barely got through high school. Barely got through the military. So what do I want to talk to you about? Okay, this is the journey that we're on to grow our Remove It Pros concept, which is a junk removal / demolition business concept focused on both getting stuff and reselling it, and also doing the actual demos, making money in both areas. So basically what I'm doing is I'm making money going in two different directions. Okay, that's what I want to teach you about. I think it's super crazy cool. I'm talking to a friend of mine this morning. He is worth probably conservatively he's worth $60 million. I'm going to meet the guys at this guy's house. I'm doing him a favor. He's a friend, you know, somebody I've become friends with. He's somebody I can talk business with. He's somebody that doesn't think like normal people. He's always talking about the opportunities and the future and stuff like that. And he's a super cool guy, but he's got the same fears and stuff that any of us would have. So he's talking about, in his mind, he has created a situation where what he did is he bought properties and he double paid on them until they were paid off. So he owns all this property, a lot of property. Hurricane Ian comes in and he doesn't believe in carrying insurance. So he didn't carry insurance. So more or less he's self-insured. So he's been building these businesses back. And so let me go back a little bit. So I get up early, I'm riding my bike on the beach, which is my favorite thing to do. I'm heading down, I see a turtle trail thing, I see a bunch of guys out there, and anyway, I get halfway down the beach and Talon calls me and says, "Hey, the guys are on their way." And I'm like, I was meeting them at 9 o'clock. Well, this was 7 o'clock. Okay, no problem. It's a cool thing about living on an island. It's 7 miles long. So anyway, I said, no problem, I'll meet them down there with my bike. So I meet him down there, I go meet with him, we move everything out of the way, get ready for the guys, and the guy showed up with the Bobcat in this, he's got a safe, and he's got a whole bunch of